Hi Gemini, in the context of what's going on in the world, you're doing a lot better than other people are because you're more adaptable. You're more able to go with the flow, even if you think things have gone in the wrong direction or if things are out of your control, you're more able to deal with things. So it's very important to go into July understanding that you're in a far more luxurious position than other people are, and that you're really ahead of the game in many ways, and that you're not struggling with the reality. You've already accepted what's going on, and you're free to use opportunities that other people may miss. Okay, so really have that at the forefront of your mind in July, that you're in a very lucky position of having done all of the work that other people are still grappling with, and you're a free agent ready to go, whereas other people are lagging behind. I mean, that's the case for you in life a lot of the time, but at the beginning of July particularly, it's very good for you to realize that, so you can seize the moment and you can make use of opportunities that other people won't have access to. Mars has gone direct in your chart. This is a great time to really move forward when it comes to your day-to-day routine and how you want that to look. There are still 3 other planets which are in retrograde, and the asteroid Chiron is also in retrograde. Chiron is the wounded healer. It went into retrograde on the 27th of June and is going to stay in retrograde until the 1st of December this year. It's in your 10th house, and what's interesting for you is that you're living parallel lives at the moment, and you're very able to almost hear the other dimensions or the echoes of other worlds where you've made different decisions. Okay, the light just kind of went down and changed completely, and that's what this is. You can see yourself in the sunlight, in the shadows, with artificial light. They're all the same you, but they're different versions of you. Okay, so you have access to information. Get in touch intuitively with what is happening and what you can do to get the best outcome, especially when it comes to work. So if there are any decisions, if there are opportunities for you to make changes, just take a moment, feel the way things are in these other dimensions, and then make a decision. You really have a lot of support and guidance and access to a lot of insight that other people do not have, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Now, Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune, they are also in retrograde in your chart, and they're all retrograde in the 3rd quadrant. So what you'll notice is that you seem to be speeding off and shooting off at rocket speed, but the real world is totally going in a different direction, and you may feel like you're out on your own. Of all the signs of the zodiac in July, you are really the most manic, you're really the most far ahead, and you may get a sense that you're by yourself because everyone is over there somewhere. You're really out by yourself, okay? So as far as people's implementation of new elements, ideas are concerned, Gemini is going to thrive in July, and this is really your month. You guys are really going to excel. Now, on the 1st and the 3rd of July, you're going to be influenced by a T-square, which is in the sky. In June, there was a Grand Cross and a Grand Trine, which made June a difficult month. Okay, a lot of people worked very, very hard in June and didn't see a lot of outcome and didn't get a lot back from that hard work. That's done with, and now at the beginning of July, you'll notice that things are progressing nicely for you in your personal life when it comes to family. You're making good decisions, but you're also able to see what you'd like to happen in your career, in your working life. And you're really making good decisions about how to move forward. Trust your gut, realize that you're way ahead of the game, and don't ask other people for too much advice because you're the expert here. So if you're trying to implement something, and you run it by other people and they really don't get it, that doesn't mean that you're wrong. It means you're ahead of the game. On the 4th of July, the new moon happens. That happens in Cancer in your second house, and you really have a great feeling for your career. You have a wonderful notion of what you can do to make your career work for you. That gets even stronger over the next couple of days, from the 5th to the 7th of July, when Neptune and all that personal energy in your second house start to form a trine relationship, and you really feel your way forward when it comes to your job. I mentioned these other dimensions earlier, and you're really, you know, it's like mirror images. Like when you're in a lift and you look at yourself and there are mirrors in front, and it goes on forever and ever, and you see all these different versions aligning. What you're experiencing is that all those different versions click into place within you, and you not only have your own decision-making abilities, you have the intuition and the sensitivity and the knowledge from all other dimensions and all other times coming together perfectly to allow you to implement changes in your career. Be brave, be confident, realize that you're right, that you can go out on a limb, and if everyone else says you're crazy, you're not. You're just a visionary and you're ahead of your time. Trust yourself and make changes. The moon is in Virgo on the 8th and the 9th, and this is a wonderful time to really connect with family members. That's really going to be a blessing that supports you. It may be that your colleagues don't understand what you're trying to do, or your friends really don't get you at the moment, but friends and family will really give you the warmth that you require, and that will give you the support and energy and strength to move forward. So, do you have a choice? Can you go to Magaluf with the lads, your friends, and go on a holiday? Or can you work and see family in the evening and bask in the warm glow of their love for you? Choose the family side of things. It's going to be much more nourishing and nurturing to you. The moon is in Libra on the 10th of July now, and it opposes all that 10th house energy. What may happen on this day is you may feel very compromising when your loved one, when your romantic partner asks you to do something, and you may put your own things aside for the sake of that other person, and you're going to be very, very compromising on the 10th and 11th. On the 11th especially, a T-square, another T-square forms, and it connects that the Libra moon, your Pluto and Capricorn, and your Sun and Mercury and Venus in Cancer in your second house. If you compromise and if you say, yes dear, I will do that, no, I won't go to work today, I'll take the day off and we can spend the day in bed together, that's going to have an impact on your finances, on your standing in work, and it's going to be a very significant choice. So if around the 10th and 11th of July you think, oh, it won't matter, you know, I'll take the day off. She wants to go to the park today and feed the swans. I'm supposed to make a presentation, but I'll just blow it off and just enjoy myself. It is summer after all. Then you're mistaken. That will not be forgiven. That is not something that other people will not notice. That will be something that will cause you to miss an opportunity. So you're going to have to be firm with your girlfriend or your boyfriend and say, listen, I really have work to do, and let's rebook it for the weekend. You know, let's do this when the time is right. It is a Monday on the 11th, so it's not a good time to bunk off. It's going to have a big impact on your career if you do. Venus moves into Leo on the 12th. Venus is the planet of love and beauty, and Venus in Leo is at her most glorious. She's a movie star. She's, you know, Gloria Swanson walking down the big staircase in Sunset Boulevard. She's ready for her close-up. And that's in your sector of communication, and you really are able to communicate and reach far and wide. If you have your own YouTube channel, put new content on Gemini on the 12th, it will reach, and you will really be able to create something that connects with people on a universal level. You have a knack for the public and how to connect and how to tap into the human experience. The moon conjuncts Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio on the 13th, and that happens in your 6th house. And emotionally, this is very interesting because You will be completely focused on work this month. I really think your feelings and how they impact your working life are going to be strong and very much aligned. Like I said, all of those images coming together. Please, please, please trust your feelings and have the self-confidence to implement the things that you want to implement. Mercury moves into Leo on the 14th. Mercury is the planet of communication. Again, in Leo, it's like I am the public speaker. You know, I am a politician speaking to the world. And that is very positive for you because you can really reach a global audience in July. If you're someone who has written a book and you've self-published on Amazon and you don't know when the best time is to launch that book, the 14th of July is it, because that's when you have the potential to really reach the most people. If you're planning a speech at some time, if you want to deliver some news to the family, to your colleagues, the 14th is the best day to do it. And the 14th onwards really, because Mercury now stays in Leo and it allows you to put your point across very well. Now, on the 9th of July, a square started to form between the Sun and Uranus. And it's been strengthening. And now on the 15th of July, it gets super, super strong. The Sun is your identity. Uranus is rebellion and doing things yourself. And as far as you're concerned, the people in your life have been pulling you off track a little bit. I think that's a theme for you, Gemini, that you're really ahead of the game. Other people are slowing you down. Other people are demanding your attention. And it's really important that you excel and you maximize your potential and that you don't let other people put the brakes on you. It's not that they're trying to be mean or malicious, but you really have the opportunity to set the sky on fire here in July and to really invent new ideas, new concepts. You're a trailblazer, you're a trendsetter, you're the #1 pioneer in July, and we're all going to be looking at you, Gemini, for what you do and what you're saying. So please, don't let your whiny little best friend who's just broken a fingernail demand all your attention and keep you from your glory. This is your time to shine. It's your time to be in the spotlight. Take that. This is your moment. Take the moment and make it happen. These things don't come around every day. The moon continues its journey and it is together with Saturn in your 7th, and it moves on through the 7th house into your 8th house, and it connects with Pluto by the time the 18th of July rolls around, okay? So what's going to happen is the strength of your relationships are going to give you a great sense of, this is what my life is, this is what I want to happen in future, especially when it comes to my career. And you go through this process of, here's my foundation and this is the house I'm going to build. And by the time the 18th comes around, you will know what changes you want to make to your work. If any, they will appear by the time the 18th of July comes. It's kind of like a process of seeing what have I got and how can I build on it. The full moon happens on the 19th, and the beautiful kind of nurturing, caring sun in Cancer shines its light on this full moon in Capricorn. And it's not just any full moon, it's conjunct to Pluto. Pluto is the amazing planet of change and transformation. For you, how do you express yourself so that you can really create great change in your working life? That is the question. And the formula is that if you do express yourself and you speak and you share your message, you will change your working situation. You will either get to a position of more power or respect, or your book will be published, or people will start to look at you. It's really a great time of transformation and transforming your life by taking the spotlight. Over the next couple of days, again, the moon moves on. It's now in Aquarius in your 9th house, and it opposes Venus and Mercury in your 3rd, okay? So it's not just about you now and being in the spotlight, but on the 20th and 21st, you start to think of the greater good, humanity? What is it that I am doing and how is that going to impact other people? So your conscience kicks back in and it's like, what do my ambitions and my words have in store for others? Okay, so this is not a time to really put yourself on a pedestal and to advance your career, because you're going to be thinking of the greater good. Okay, if you want to change your job, if you want to do things your way without compromising, do it before the 20th and the 21st, because you will be very, very considerate of other people now. And if you, like, you know, if you constantly consider other people, it's very limiting when it comes to change. I lived in Manchester and I wanted to move to Glastonbury. If I had considered everybody's feelings, all my friends who wanted me to stay in Manchester, I would have never moved. I would have said, these people want me to be here, they'll be upset if I leave, I'm going to stay. But I didn't do that, I moved. And because I was not considerate of other people's feelings, I was able to do something that I wanted. And that's an important thing. We can't always be considerate of other people's needs. Sometimes you have to come first. And really, July for you, Gemini, is your month. The moon moves forward now and it joins Neptune and Chiron and your south node in your 10th house. Now, this is a time of these other dimensions which have always been around you this month, really, really reaching their peak. And if you do a past life regression, or if you sit down and meditate and you say, all of my other selves who exist in this universe right now, let's come together and let's see where I have been on this soul journey and what I am trying to achieve on my soul journey, and let's make all the pieces of the puzzle lock together and really, really figure out this purpose. And this is a 3-day period where you can really crystallize your life purpose. 22nd, 23rd, 24th of July, feel your purpose, feel your reason for being on planet Earth. The moon starts to conjunct Uranus on the 25th and the 26th, and that's in Aries. And now your friends are really, really going to say, oh my God, Greg has totally fallen off the radar. He's totally obsessed with his own career, with his own vision of building his own empire. What about us? We want to go out. We want to go to the wedding reception, and this guy's totally ignoring us and being a bad friend. So your friendships, again, raise their head and they will try and distract you and derail you from your purpose. And you can make a decision. You can either say, I'm not done yet, I'm still working on the stuff I want to work on, buzz off. Or you can say, okay, well, I have been neglectful, you know, I've been doing my own stuff, I'm done now, I will go to the wedding reception and have a fun time, which you will if you go on this day. Or you can just say, well, you know, I'm done, but I really don't want to go to the wedding reception. I'm really looking after myself this month. That may be totally out of character for you, but this, again, think of yourself as the star in the tarot this month, okay? It's time to let go of negative stuff, to feel your feelings, and to really let your light shine. And even if you are a little bit selfish, it's not going to end your friendships. So give yourself the luxury of being focused on self. The moon is in Taurus on the 27th and opposes Black Moon Lilith. On the 28th, it's still in Taurus, it moves forward and it opposes Mars in your 6th house. And this 2-day period is about being of service in a practical sense. What am I doing in my life? Versus how do my circumstances feel about me, so to speak? Like, how do I fit into my life? And this is now where you settle in, you settle back down, and it's like, okay, I've made some changes, I've done all this stuff in July. How do I feel at the end of this? It's a time for stock taking and reviewing what has gone on to make sure you're happy with what you've achieved in July. Don't just put your head down and let this pass by. It's really, out of all of the signs for this month, you're really the one that shines the brightest. So please, if you want to achieve something great in your life, make it happen and spend a little bit of time. You know, it's Saturday, I'm choosing to work. I could be outside, you know, at Glastonbury Festival, but I've made a choice. I'd rather do this. And that's a decision. And you have to make a decision in July about yourself. And if you do, great things will happen. So please, it's not just pointless like June was, where you worked your butt off and nothing happened. It's not like that. The 29th is a difficult day. There's a grand cross going on, and it's complicated. This is a throwback to June and the frustration of that. The 29th of June, that is the day to take off and to chill. On the 30th, another T-square appears, and it connects Jupiter and Chiron, and it finishes with the moon in Gemini in your first house. Now, this is coming back to self. The moon is in your sign of Gemini. You feel very much yourself. You feel very much at ease now on this day, which is unusual because this whole month has been about striving and moving forward. So on this day, I think, again, this is the best day, again, to look at what you've done, to continue to listen to your personal guidance, to your personal messages, and to look at the windows of opportunities that are temporarily appearing in your life and to seize the moment. At the end of the month, the 31st of July, Mercury goes into Virgo in your 4th, and Uranus goes retrograde in your 11th. So now the passion, the heat is no longer on you. You're more, again, slotting into life as it is. The pressure from your friends eases because you align yourself more with other people. You become more compromising, and you take up your usual role in life. Okay, so things are back to normal. Make sure that you shake things up during July and you really grab your potential. That's what I get for you in July. It looks like a powerful month for you. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I also do live readings on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Gregory Scott 444. Have a wonderful July, and I'll speak to you soon.